welcome to card class. Um, it is February 27th and it is the last Tuesday of the month and it's 7 p.m. So it must be time for card class. So I was scared for a second, Deb, because I thought it said help. Hello to you. We are going to make some pretty cards tonight. I'm excited to do that with you. So take this opportunity to make sure that you grab your card kit and I'll do some announcements and then we'll get right to it. So we do have an in the feed drawing tonight. So you must be present to win. If your name is drawn at the end and I say your name, go ahead and comment that you're here. That's how I'll know that you're here. And how do you get entered? Well, you just like this live and you comment. So you can say hello or tell us where you're from. It doesn't have to be anything elaborate. Just say hey in the comments and the little bots will gather your name and make sure that you're entered. And I better make sure that the little bots are doing what they need to. Okay, so wonderful. Good to see you, Stacy and Peggy and Deb. So we are waiting for everyone to hop on. Let me go through some quick announcements. All right, so right now going on at Creative Memories is a free shipping promo on qualifying orders. The qualifying order is not $8. I see my banner is covering that. Hold please. It's $80, so free shipping on orders over $80, and that goes through this week, I believe, to the 9th. So if you're needing to order something from Creative Memories and that $8.95 shipping just really bugs you, let me tell you, because I ship like all these card kits and stuff, I have a huge appreciation for the $8.95 shipping from Creative Memories because I ship things every month. I know how much a shipping costs. So when I order punches and those heavy things and it's just $8.95, I gladly pay that. But I understand in this world of free shipping on Amazon and Walmart and different things, it's sometimes, hurts to pay shipping. So free shipping is going on right now. So what does that mean? Yesterday launched the National Scrapbook Day items. So you can purchase that when you get your ticket for National Scrapbook Day at DaytonaAreaScrapbooking.com for my event on the last weekend in April, or you can purchase it direct from Creative Memories. So if you don't want to wait till National Scrapbook Day to get your hands on the stuff and you want to start playing with things right away, you can go ahead and order it. And if you ordered for the event and you want it ahead of time, of course you paid for it. I can get it to you if I'm going to see you before. But if you're just like, you know what, just bring it that day to the event, then that's what I'll be planning to do. So free shipping going on right now. Digital content does not count toward that $80. So you get free shipping on that anyway. So just don't put it in with your paper supplies. So if you need albums, pages, tape, anything like that, as long as your order is over $80, and there's lots of new stuff, and there's the new what is it? The new Border Maker cartridge storage. What is it? Organizer. Oh my goodness. It's got little slots in it. And of course, this is just proof that Creative Memories, all of this stuff is a surprise to the field as well. It'd be great if I had that information that those were coming out in January, right? When I did my organization thing, I should have held off on my organization until March. All these little pieces keep coming out. So we've got the card organizer. Oh, I should grab one of those before we head off tonight so you can see one of those. But all right, so not tomorrow night. Today's Tuesday. Thursday night is another Scrappy happy hour. So raise your hand if you were at Cherry Hill on Sunday afternoon. And we had, we made pages and cards and we had ice cream. And this Thursday, we will do pages and cards and have a beverage. Wine Not West has things other than wine. They have beer, they have sparkling water, they have iced tea, they have alcoholic and non-alcoholic beverages. So you don't have to have an alcoholic beverage if that's not your jam. Part of your $15 goes to snacks. So that includes your registration fee includes yummy snacks. So I will order those for the group and we will have a good time like we just did at Cherry Hill. This is a little weekday evening break on a Thursday. This is 6, but I think it's 6:30 to 8. I think I've uploaded the wrong little graphic there. But on my website, when you sign up, you'll see the correct time there. But you could show up at 6. I hope to be there at 6. Project Recipe is next Tuesday at 7 right here. Make sure this is a really important one to RSVP for because you get the PDF when you RSVP. So go to DaytonaAreaScrapbooking.com. You'll have to click ahead to March. You'll see the project recipe on there. You'll register. It's free. But then you'll get a link emailed to you for the PDF of the project recipe. So that's why it's important to RSVP for that one. Virtual crop will be coming up, not this weekend, but next weekend, and I'll be giving away CM credits. So if you participate in this Creative Memories virtual crop, you could win stuff from Creative Memories. You could win CM credits from me. And that's kind of like winning free shipping when you get those 10 CM credits from me. So, and then of course, many of you are multiple winners. So then you can stack them up. They do have to be used within 30 days. So that goes for the ones I'm giving away tonight too. All right, in 2 weeks, Tool Time with Tara. Those are the 2 new punches that came out yesterday. I will have them in my possession and we will have a fun tool time playing with those 2 newest tools. And then March 19th will be my noontime Tuesday show, Techie Tuesday. It'll be a design along in Forever Artisan 6 because I have a standing meeting on the 3rd Tuesday of every month. Aw, thanks, Stacy. All right, so Spring Fling, March 23rd, 9 to 5. It's a come and go event, so you do not need to stay for 9 to 5. Like I said in my email, bring your friends, not your wagons. So this isn't a crop. Don't bring all your stuff. You could bring like your tape runner and a personal trimmer if you want so that you don't have to share. But this will be a fun day of demos class. The lunch will be served. So if you're planning to be there in the noontime hour, when you register, let me know. So it is $10 to register, but you get a $10 certificate that day. And you can spend it on classes or you can spend it on supplies. So you could just take that $10 and get an embellishment kit or a paper pack or whatever you want. But that $10 just helps me plan for how many people are going to be eating lunch and that kind of thing. So that's why I asked for that reservation. So please make a reservation for Spring Fling. Like I said, it's a come and go event. You don't need to stay all day. Bring a friend. It is an event designed to bring a friend. So if you RSVP, your friend does not have to. You can just put your friend's name, or if you don't know who you're bringing, but you just know you're going to bring someone or you're going to invite someone, you could just let me know when you register and so that I have lunch for them as well. And then of course there'll be special drawings for the people, for the guests who have never been to one of my events before. And also for the people that bring guests. So my word this year is stretch. So we're going to open up, we're going to stretch our community just a little bit, our Scrappy community, and bring some more folks to our Scrappy fun. All right, so National Scrapbook Day, I mentioned that, April 26th and 27th in person. When you register for in person, you get the Zoom for free. So you do not need to register for the Zoom. The Zoom is on Sunday. So we're going to hang out together if you're local on the 26th and or 27th. And then we will hang out with our out-of-state friends in our pajamas on Sunday afternoon, and we'll just keep the party rolling. So I will be giving prizes away the in-person events and also the Zoom event and the registration for those. They are open. I think I officially used up all the tables so far. We've had registrations that use up all the tables that I possess and the church possesses, but I've already reached out to a rental company, so I will rent tables as needed until we have reached the square footage capacity of Westminster by the Sea. So that's beachside, just over the Dunlawton Bridge, just a little north, and it's going to be a great time. Oh, and on that night, don't forget to order your shirt. When you go on the website to register for National Scrapbook Day, you'll want to grab your shirt. And if you're not attending National Scrapbook Day and you just like the shirt, that's fine. You can do that too. So the shirt says, I scrapbook because if I didn't, life would be unbearable. And there's a cute little bear that comes. All the graphics come from the National Scrapbook Day graphics. And oh boy, Brendan just texted me. Hopefully he's been on his way home. He had to bring April to the airport. She has to fly back to LaGuardia tonight. And her flight's at 8:15. So I really hope he didn't just drop her at MCO. Anyway, sorry about that. So don't forget to purchase your shirt. And like I said, you don't have to be attending the event to purchase the shirt. If you like it and you want it, then I will send it to you. All right, so fun retreats coming up this summer. We have Lakeland, and that's at the Terrace Hotel. It's the building to the right there. It's a historic building that is now a Hilton property. It's part of their tapestry collection. So that will be June 6th through the 9th. It's a Thursday through a Sunday in Lakeland. That area of Lakeland, old historic downtown Lakeland, is beautiful. And then we have retreat to the mountains. And this is Brevard, North Carolina. Oh, that's an interesting date. July 18th to the 14th to the 18th. That is very, that is very incorrect. And wow, that made it through 2 weeks of lives. Anyway, it's July 14th to the 18th. And we stay at a Hampton Inn right at the base of the Pisgah National Forest. White squirrels abound. There's beautiful waterfalls very close to the hotel. So that's great for stretch break. Oh, Debbie. She's headed to Hawaii, huh? All right. We will be praying for Darylyn as she heads off to Hawaii. So that is our Brevard fun. And then from Brevard, we will go straight to Helen, Georgia. So you can scrapbook from Sunday to Thursday in Brevard, and then Thursday to Sunday in Helen, Georgia, on your way back to Florida or wherever you're coming from. So those are filling up. If your summer plans are still you're still setting them, make sure that Brevard or Helen is on your list. We're going to have a great time. And then if you're a subscriber on my YouTube channel, thank you so much for doing that. It's really the best way, especially for you card class subscribers, to catch up on old card classes. I put my videos in playlists, so you can go right to the card kit playlist and find past card kits. All right. And just as a reminder, if you hopped on after I already mentioned it, there will be an in the feed drawing tonight. And you do have to be present to win. And the little bots are collecting names right now. So make sure that you have commented so that the little bot enters you, and also that you like the video. So all you have to do is like and comment. Wow. All right. Well, thanks so much, everyone, for being on and for saying hey. And that way you are entered into the in the feed drawing. I think it's time for the fun. I don't think I missed any announcements. The big ones are National Scrapbook Day and the upcoming retreats, and Spring Fling, which is just in a couple weeks. So make sure you're signed up for Spring Fling. I would love to see you, have you bring a friend that's new to scrapbooking. All right, let's do it. Let me switch cameras here. All right. So these are the cards that we are making tonight, and we are going to do them in the order they are packed in your kit. So if this is your first time, hopefully you weren't too excited and get in and open everything up and think you're getting ahead in the game and I don't know, put all the bases together or something. So everything is packed in order. So we are just going to work from the top down. So when I make all the pieces and pack them, is this maybe a little too low? Let me go up a little bit. When I make all the pieces and pack them, I pack them so that we're just going to work from the top down. Yay, Ruth. You are ready. So we will have to dig through this little package, and you noticed that in order to fit it in, I had to cut it, which was exciting for me. But it's actually, I had designed it first before I realized that was an issue, and it works out perfect. So that piece is already going to be cut for you when we get into there. The first card we're going to be doing, because this is on top, and we're going to use these 3 little foam squares, so make sure you have those handy, is this card right here. So it's this thinking of you. We will have to fish out some things from here. So I'm going to slide my whole stack over here to the side, and I'm just going to lift off the first part. Oh no. Well, I'm sure she's excited that you're letting us know, Ruth. I hope that Lucille is feeling okay. This first little card is already folded because it's a slim. And so make sure you don't pick up the next card too. That's why I wanted to say that. So we're just gonna work on just with this piece, and we have our background, which has a hole out of it. Don't panic. And then because you can see how you see a little bit of the hole, we're gonna cover over that. Don't worry. The hole that I cut out is going to go in the center there. And then, oh, I should have the sample up here. And then our thinking of you. So we need to dig out of this packet a couple pieces. We need this piece and the little round piece. So go ahead and get into your package here. Hopefully you can either, just like I just did, just kind of tear off that top part. We're going to save this for the very next card. We're going to use this. So don't bury that too deep. And then we've got all these other pieces. Now the little opening is at the bottom here. So the pieces we're after in this middle section. So this was a little embellishment pack that Creative Memories came out with. Totally tonal leaves. And I just liked it and thought it'd be fun to use for cards. Sometimes these little sticky flaps are a pain because things stick to them when you're trying to get things out of them. So I just kind of fold it back in on itself. And I'm doing this with you so that I'm going through the same struggles you are as far as getting things out of packages. That way that I try to stay at the same speed. Try to not get too far ahead. I'm going to move my little stack off to the side here so that my sample is a little better. All right. So the first thing we're going to do now that we have our pieces, so we have our base piece, our wood, we have this little ring. It's clover-ish, but they have like 5 petals. So it's like, I don't know, flower, green flower leaves. I don't know. It's just very springy to me. That's why I decided to use it. So these are all the pieces we need. We can go ahead and start by adding this shimmer paper. This shimmer paper was one of those special, like Creative Memories has those like cardstock specials where if you get, I don't know, buy a certain number of packs of cardstock, you get something free. And this blue shimmer, oh, do you think it's a weed? Maybe it is a weed or some sort of vine, Frida. I don't know. But this shimmer paper, I just fell in love with. So I was like, we have to use this. The paper is reversible. So if you like the other side better, of course, you can use that. You got some options there. I'm just going to center it. I'm not going to press it down real hard because I want to be able to tuck this one under. I want to be able to tuck underneath here. And that's how we're going to cover up that. We're going to cover up that hole. And it might hang over, but you've got a little extra room when you, oh, it opens. I'm sorry, Peggy, it opens like this. So it should have already been folded there for you. But of course you could orient it this way if you want. You could, it's crafter's choice. If you want to orient it that way, you could do it that way too. And you could just change the way you put on your sentiment. And then of course our circle, I designed to go in the middle, but if you want to put it somewhere else, of course you could do that too. And then our ring of ivy or whatever we're deciding to call this can go around the outside. Now this type of thing really shows the beauty of the repositionable tape because I can just, of course, I always run out when I'm on live, without a care in the world, just kind of load it up and stick that on there. And it's like little tiny dots and they just stick to where the paper is. I'm so sorry if you can hear my dog crying. These video things are pretty good about blocking background noises, so hopefully you won't be able to hear her. My daughter's flying back to New York tonight, and poor Lily sleeps with her and is miserable when April leaves. So she just cries and cannot be consoled. Uh-oh, did I just tilt this camera? Yes, it does, Carrie. That's a great question. Thanks for asking that. Yeah, it's just repositionable, you know, on the at the outset, if you will. And I still like to use the regular tape runner as my preference for things that aren't wholly. I don't know why. Some people use the repositionable for everything, so that, you know, they can always make a last minute change, a design change. I just usually use it for wholly things. So now I'm just kind of tucking that little tail in the middle and then kind of weaving it in for that. And then you've got some options as far as where you want to put this. It doesn't have to be in the center-ish where I put mine. Maybe you want it down toward the bottom. Maybe you want to move this whole thing down a little bit. I'm going to kind of tuck it underneath. Maybe. All right. And that's what your little foam squares are for. Sometimes if we're going to use a lot, like in the last couple months, I've given you guys a whole sheet of the foam squares. And, but this time I just went ahead and threw in a couple because those are the only ones that we're gonna use tonight. And then you can, some of you I know like to do the gemstones after the fact. I will just quickly put mine on so that it gives people time to catch up, or if they hopped on here late, they can catch up a little bit. So I like to just cut open my baggie. So there's 3 different sizes of gems, and this card is the only. I guess we use some larger ones in another one. So you could just kind of randomly put the little gemstones. I put them in each of the ones in the center wreath. Actually, I put them in the little centers of all of them. So I like to preload. Oh, if I can, like I'm going to preload this whole little section of the centers, and then I'm going to go in and kind of fill. Now, I always forget something, and I sat down, of course, without a little gem picker. So, but I do have these little tweezers. The problem I find with using tweezers is once any amount of glue gets on them, then they just develop a mind of their own. So I'm going to try to move quickly. We'll see how that goes. But I also don't want to take too long and have people, fall asleep. Because like I said, I know some of you like to go back and do all of your bling at the end. So you should have plenty of bling. And because I got glue on my tweezers, I am struggling. In 2.2 seconds, I'm going to have to run across the room. And I do like a little gem picker. Some of you just refuse to have told me that you just skip the jewels altogether, that they make you crazy. But I do think they look beautiful. And the adhesive that I'm using is the Creative Memories adhesive, the Precision Point adhesive, which some people call jewel pen. They call a glue pen, rather. But it really works better like dotting than using like a pen. And then I'm going to put some of these bigger ones at least on. I guess I used all the same on the sample. But I think I just had large and small when I made the sample, and I ordered a medium size to include in everyone's kits, just for a little gemstone variation. So I know some of you are just watching, so you don't even have a kit. So this might be like watching paint dry, or maybe it's or maybe not. Maybe it's one of those things that's satisfying. I don't know. I watching me struggle with tweezers can't be that satisfying. Oh, good. Well, I'm glad you like the bling. All right, so I just have this last little piece to do, and hopefully everyone is okay out there. I'll just do them real quick. The reason why I don't go back is I know some of you like to go back, and you might go back immediately. Once I get off live, I am usually really bad about returning to the scene of the crime. I award the person who won their credits. And then I'm letting dogs out or getting ready for tomorrow. So I know that I need to do it while I'm doing it. So that's why I'm doing it right now, is also I don't want to rush other people that are doing it. So we'll just take this time to chit chat. Oh, Deb, just bring them to me. I have many years experience unclogging them. They probably, like, if you can visibly see the ends of it that are clogged, or are you just, you can't get it to come out, so you're assuming it's clogged. So sometimes it's both. Sometimes it's just being pushed on too hard. Like I said, kind of like being used as a pen instead of dotting it. Especially if you can see that there's still, glue in it. You know how you can tip it and see. Then it might be just that it needs, it just needs to get unclogged and kind of just reprimed. But if you just bring it to the next time you're going to see me, I can work on that. All right. I think that I'm done with mine. So I did it on every single little flower there, or vine, and you can see how the light catches them. They're really pretty. So that is our thinking of you card. Next up, oh, thanks, Diane. Next up, oh, good, Diane. All right, so Diane, you can just come to the second card since you're just now getting on. And so you can just take this stack and kind of move it to the side, and then grab the next stack. And so this is the card that we're working on now. It says deepest sympathies. And then on the inside, it says at this difficult time. So this one has some pieces on the inside and the outside. And the outside is real basic. I did not bling up every single flower. I think 1, 2, 3, 4. I think I just did like 5. So if you have, this one is not scored. So if you have a bone folder or something, or if you just want to use your fingers to go ahead and get a good fold in that. And then we will add our background. This is the Creative Memories avocado cardstock. I love this. I love this color. Hi, Kathleen. Welcome. And let's see. Then we have the white piece, and then this like thatch piece. There's also this piece. This is on the other side. So if you feel like you like that better, of course, you always have that option on these double dip paper to go a different direction with your card. So this just has a real thin mat to it. And that will just go right in the center. And then we're going to play with our vines. So you can grab out the one that's kind of pre-cut, and it can go on the, I guess it's the bottom one. And then we need to get out the other piece from, so that one's going to be longer, but we're going to use part of it. I used this end, which has the nice end from Creative Memories cut. And then on the inside, what we'll do is we'll stick it down and then just kind of cut off on a diagonal. Hopefully that makes sense. And then we're going to tuck in the deepest sympathies somewhere here in the in the foliage. So I went, you know, in front of it on this bottom one, and then we'll go behind it on the other. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to use the repositionable because I can just kind of wing it along there, and then I can tuck this underneath. And then I'll come back here, and it looks like I cut it at this big flower or whatever we decided these were. So these are laser borders from Creative Memories, and that one goes behind there. So you can kind of play with, I think maybe I'm going to put it in front, a little in front, just the way, sometimes just the way the stamping goes and the way the circle kind of lays. I think I like it kind of hiding in there. And then on the inside, again, on the inside, we're just going to go however you see fit. You'll stick it down and then we'll just trim it. So I'm going to go ahead and show you. You'll add your adhesive, and then we'll go across that corner. However much you want to, you know, I don't want it to look, there we go. So then you'll flip it over and we'll cut off this way so that you get it nice up tight next to the card. And you can also throw it in your trimmer if you want to get that exact. And then you can take your circle. I don't even think I put adhesive on the front one. It's wedged in there though, so it shouldn't move, but you can kind of position it how you want it. Yeah, sure. This is the outside. So you've got your 3 rectangle pieces, the avocado, the white, and the brown. And then that piece that was in your bag that was cut off is going to be that bottom piece. And then you're going to take the other end because it has a nice finished end to it. And that's going to be the top piece. And like I said, I don't recall putting adhesive on. Just put a little bit on there. And now I'm going to take some of this bling and add some bling around here. So I think I'll just do like 3 on the bottom and 2 here on the top. If I can ever pick up. Got plenty of time to catch up if you're behind, because now I'm the girl playing with gemstones and tweezers. Okay. All right. How's everyone doing? You're all saying we're working. We can't type in here. And since there's only one other card that uses gems, and let's see, I used 4 big on that and like 7 little, so I can go ahead and I have plenty of gems that I can add some more on here if I want to add a little bit more bling to this card. So I will do that. Oh, didn't. And let's get a smaller one. There's some really, really baby small ones. Oh, where was I going to put it? But they've those little tiny ones. Yeah, I just got a text about that, Tracy. That's crazy. All right, so that is our finished card. And then, of course, on the inside, we have that. Now, I didn't bling up the inside just so that it lays flat. Yeah, it is. It is sad. Maybe. Yeah, we definitely don't really have any of the rubber stamps, but we definitely, Creative Memories is, there's like, you know, definitely card making opportunities. Thanks, Tracy. And let's see, what is our next card? Our next card, if everyone's ready, is going to be this card, which looks a little plain on the front. Is it okay to wow. I'll have to, I'm sure there's a post or something out there. I'll have to read up on it because I didn't hear anything about it. I'm going to go ahead and go along with the next one. If everyone is, I'll leave this over here in case anyone needs to see it still. So this is a little fun fold. And the sentiment is on the inside. So it says feel better soon. And then there's a little heart with leaves. That'd be great. Thanks, Deb. So that's the way it looks closed, and then it opens up. Now this one, you really can't switch the orientation. I mean, you could, but then the sentiment is going to be sideways. So this is pre-scored for you, and also the feel better soon is already stamped for you. But what we need to fish out of our embellishments is just a couple things. We need this little ivy ring, and then out of this other packet, and you will have leftovers that you can use in other projects. Then you'll want to grab out the little tree from here. And, oh, and the heart. So the things we need for this card are this little ring, the tree, and the heart. Those are the items that are in your embellishment pack. And we won't need any of our gemstones in this one. So we can, I guess I'll move this out of the way now. So it's pre-scored. You can use your bone folder or something else to get that to a nice solid crease there, but hopefully you can see that score line that I pre-scored for you. And let's see, mine is not perfect. I hope all of yours are, but I can correct that pretty easily, especially with the bone folder. All right. And you should have 2 pieces of wood paper. One's going to go on the outside and one's going to go on the inside. And one's a lighter shade of wood. You might have a different shade of wood. but you should have two strips of wood. And again, it's a very very thin mat of white around this edge. So it's gonna almost, except that's where the repositionable will come in handy if I were using it. So one on the outside, one on the inside. All right. And then we've got this green piece on the bottom. So let me close this up so you can see what that looks like. So this green piece is sized there. So you're going to see the white around all the edges. Of course, if you like this other side better, you could always leave that side up. Okay. And the trick to this one, so you're attaching the circle to the left side. So you don't want to put adhesive on the whole thing, right? You only want to put adhesive on the side. So one trick, since this is, you can, use both sides, is you can kind of line it up and it's going to be, in the middle. And then go ahead and use that as your guide so that you see where the edge is, and then you can flip it over and center it. So that way, because you don't want to, I'm famous for forgetting and just putting adhesive all over the whole thing and then trying to, scrape it off, and it's a mess. Once you have that on, you can open it up and you can add your heart to the inside. Or if you don't like it there, of course, you could add it somewhere else. And like I said, you're going to have some extra pieces in your little embellishment kit. So you might find other places to put things. So we're going to go ahead and put that right there. All right, then we can go ahead and attach our tree to the front. All right, now comes the fun part. This one is, I used repositionable, but it's on there. Of course, I just ripped it off, but it's not repositionable anymore. But this is the type of thing that repositionable is great for. So you see how it's kind of like a little belt buckle. I'm sure there's a technical, who among you knows the real like card making term for that, because it's not what I just said. All right, so we want to position this so that we're going to attach to one side, and then so you can either make a mark or just eyeball it. So I need to put adhesive from this leaf to this leaf. And so I'm going to use my repositionable and just put the adhesive from that double leaf over. Load that up with the repositionable and make sure. And I'm just lining it up with the circle. And then when you tuck it back through, that, oh, I can see that I put my tree on crooked. It kind of holds it closed. Oh yeah, interlocking belt buckle. Thanks, Carrie. Okay. And then that's your fold. So feel better soon. And I've mangled mine, but that's that. It's a little different. I like to do a different fold every month if possible. Something that's not your standard fold. You can put a little bag of tea in there. This is get well soon card. Oh, thanks, Lori. All right. How's everyone doing? Is your belt buckled? We just have 2 cards left. This one has a bazillion pieces. When I was putting it together, when I was packing the things, I thought, oh my goodness, how many pieces does this card have? It has a lot, and it's funny because it's another non-traditional card. So I'm going to show you the sample. So the sample, it doesn't open up. It actually is a pull-out tag card. Hi, Katie. With the circle of leaves. So you'll just want to make sure that it's attached on half, and go ahead and line it up. When you put your adhesive on half, just kind of set it over the top of your white circle. And then it will just kind of interlock naturally. And then you'll want to do it a couple times just so that it has that, feel to it. It has that little muscle memory. Oh, it helps if I'm on the... Well, I feel like if I did it on the card, you could put it on the card for here, but I would never be able to find the exact point. But yeah, whatever works for you. For this one, like I was saying, it's a pull-out tag. Close the card with the circle. Oh, you mean just lift it up this way and put it under? Yeah, however you can attach it, you just don't want to put it all the way around. Just put it on half, but whatever works, whatever works. Especially if you don't have have repositionable, or if you're using a liquid adhesive. Well, if you're using liquid adhesive, I find it just, if you put it right over the top of it so that it's in the center, that works. I'll leave that there. So this is a flat card. So it's not going to open on you. So this one always, when I pack the cards, this always gives people anxiety because they're looking for the base. So this white square actually is your base. So that is your base. And then we're going to add these, I don't know if it's a lotus pattern. What's on the other side? Some squares. So the lotus pattern goes on first. I didn't stick mine down yet. And then we've got these blue triangles, but before you stick them, you want to that one just gets a thin either line of adhesive or the mini tape runner down that edge so that you have room to slide this part of the card where you're actually going to write your sentiment, or if you're going to attach a gift card or something. So I'm just kind of laying everything out first so that you can see how it gets assembled. So you've got 2 of these blue triangles, and then we've got your insert that's stamped with happy birthday and stamped with this flower. Now make sure that it's the right way. You might have to turn it, but there should be a way where it's perfectly matched on there. We can go ahead and start with that because that's easy. All right. And then you should have your little ribbon, and you're going to add that as a little pull tab. And then across the front, you're going to add this inked piece across the front. And this is an older Border Maker cartridge, but it just reminded me of this pattern, which is why I wanted to use it. And then we're going to pull out the Celebrate for the front of that. So there's lots of different little shades of blue on here. Let's see what's on the other side of this. There's more little lily pads on the back side, so you could also switch that up. It might be a little washed out, but that would be an option too, if you like that better. All right, so now that you've seen all the little parts, I'm just going to go ahead and start assembling. So first I'm going to add that background piece. And then for this one, like I said, I suggest either a liquid adhesive, a precision point adhesive, or the mini tape runner. And because this mini tape runner, see how thin it is? That line is, it's the same tape runner. It's Creative Memories tape runner, but it's just that thin. It's just a thin line. I don't know if you can even see it. Can you see it? And with that one, since I know it's going to go from this top corner and just on these corners, I'm going to actually just do it on the page instead of on, and I'm going all the way. And I'll do that same on the bottom there. And then up the other side. Since we've got the repositionable and all kinds of other fancy adhesives, I feel like that mini was one of the originals from old CM. Now I just covered up this adhesive on the bottom, so but I've got it on the side. I'm just gonna put in some regular adhesive along this bottom part just to stick it to. And then that should, since it's just stuck on the sides, you should have good slide space there. And you can either tuck it all the way in so that those navy, it goes all the way in, and then you can see some of the printed paper, or you can leave it pulled up. But before I get it too in there, we're going to add our ribbon here. And so I just folded it in half, and I'm going to put it from the back to the front. And then I'm going to open up this little hole and put both of these ends through. And then I'll just kind of give a little tug on these. And then once you've got them in there, if you want to trim up the, the edges and make them on an angle, there we go. And so that piece is done, but I'm just going to set it off to the side, and then I'm going to add this piece here. Oh, I still got the mini in there. Oh, now I've got the repositionable. I need to swap back to my regular tape runner since I'm done with the mini. I usually have a whole dispenser going. it is nice to have a separate dispenser for all of them. And so now I have mini, repositionable, and regular on there. Plenty of adhesive. And for the Celebrate, so your whatever we think these are, little lotus flowers, they do not go edge to edge. You can see here. So they're just gonna float there. And this is a great opportunity, both of these, for either repositionable or precision point. And I'm glad I used repositionable because I need to scooch this down just a smidge here. Should have putting the Celebrate, kind of lining it up so that these little dips of the L, yeah, well, oh wait, here we go, Carrie. Here's the vellum ones right here. Always just a within an arm's length. So now I'm just going to add, you can see the way with the precision point, I'm just dotting. So I'm not drawing like a pen. I'm just putting little dots all over it. And I am not a adept tweezer user. That's something I need to get better at. All right. But now we've got Celebrate and these little lily pads, and we can slide that in. Come on now. So another little, actually, so we had several little different cards. We had this little fun fold. It's not even a fold. Fun flat card. Yes, Carrie. Yep, that is the one. This one I've touched. You can also use them without. Here, don't tell anyone that I'm doing this, but I have manhandled that card so much that my little edge there is off. All right. So we are about to start our last card. Are we all together? Did we lose some? So here's a beauty. If you feel like you got lost, I always try to get my mom in South Carolina to do it live, and she said, "No, I like to watch the recording so I can pause and rewind." And so all of these are recorded, and they're on my YouTube and right here on Facebook. So as soon as we're done with the live, oh, Lily, I know. Surely you can hear that now. She's moved from the other room for consolation because her girl is gone. You can always go back and watch the replay if you need to. I try to go at a pace, but just yell if I'm going. Can you hear Lori? She's pitiful. It's been so cool at night. April has an electric blanket, and Lily, because she's old, she loves to lay on that electric blanket. I think that's really why she's sad. She says, oh, who will keep me warm at night? All right, let me move this off. I know, Lily, it's okay. All right, so this is just your standard fold card. You got your base in there. So I talk about this before when I'm designing these and I'm using like an embellishment packet. My mom said, Brussels sprouts? What do you think this is? What are these? Are these Brussels sprouts? So this is leftover. So if you've got a scrapbook page that you need Brussels sprouts on, just put that somewhere safe for your Brussels sprout page. I mean, I love Brussels sprouts. I had some out to dinner the other night. I'm just going to pull out the rest of these little pieces so you can see what's there. And you might want to go back and add them to one of the cards that we did. But for this card, you're going to need the little tag. Not this little blue guy. You're going to need the little tag, and you're going to need the leaves, the Monstera leaves. This one and this little curly one. We're going to do a little tuck. Where'd it go? Here it is. We're going to do a little tuck like we did on the first card. And then we've got this little clover that we're not going to use, and these little leaves, and we've got love this. Now we are using Wonderful Day. And so when you make your scrapbook page for the Brussels sprouts that you order out, you can put the good life with it. Oh, I love some Brussels sprouts. And then here's a little clover. So you've got 2 little 4-leaf clovers so that you can make a little yeah. Good to know, Susan. Well, thanks for joining us, even though you're not making them. I do appreciate that. It's nice to have us all here together. All right, so that is all the pieces we're going to need for this one. So we've got the 2 Monstera leaves, the tag, the Wonderful Day, and then the items that were on top of the base. We've got the navy with the leaves punched out, but you don't even have to do any finagling. That paper is going to cover right over where those punches were. No one will ever be the wiser. And then we've got May You Have the Most, and then Wonderful Day will go under. And so then we'll just assemble these and add our bling. So there's bling. Oh, I love when I hide what I'm trying to show. So you can see I put bling all in the little white areas. So we'll start with this base. I was just thinking, I'm so tired, but today was Tuesdays are usually an early morning for me. It's usually a day that I'm out at the beach, either walking with a friend, or this morning, I was just running by myself, and so I was up early, so I'm feeling it too. Okay, so the May You Have the Most Beautiful Day, or Wonderful Day, the May You Have the Most piece is going to go about a 1/2 inch from the left side and the right. The left side and the right. Good night. I'm just talking about how tired I am. So basically, about like this, from the left side and the bottom. And so you're going to have more space up at the top. So it's not centered, for sure, not centered, because you want to have room for this tag. So it's like 3/4. You can see how this is like a square, if you can imagine. So it's like 3/4 in and 3/4 up. And then this little tag is going to go here, but you see I trimmed that off. So you can use your scissors, or if you've got a trimmer handy, you can just trim off right from that, right where that peak starts. That's what I did. I thought I was going to have the samples for next month to show tonight, but I thought I had the paper and I didn't. So I had to put it on my order from Creative Memories yesterday. But even though it's 2-day shipping, I ordered it today. I paid for the expedited shipping so that I could start work on them this week. So I should have them maybe tomorrow or Thursday. And then so by the end of the weekend, hopefully I will have April's. It's swirling around in my mind. I know what I want to do. I know the theme, the paper's coming, so I'm excited about it. Sometimes I just feel stuck. You feel stuck sometimes, or it's like, oh, what am I? Sometimes I just like to, I've talked about it before, where I look at it, it's like a challenge, like a cooking show, where I'm like, that's what I did with all this. Okay, I have this paper and I have these embellishments, and now I need to make 5 cards. So now I'm just going to kind of play with the leaves, and I'm going to put them kind of how I did them before. And see this little stem, you could just lay it right here on top. It does kind of go right along with the same roundness of Wonderful Day, but I tucked it behind. So I'm going to add some repositionable tape on there, and then I'm just going to kind of tuck it in here behind. I like tucking things, in case you hadn't noticed that yet. All right, so that's going to get tucked under there. And then these ones, and you saw I tucked under this little blue one here. And so I'm just loading this up. And then I can come back here, and I'm going to go under with this little second leaf and over with this one. All right, so now that you've got the leaves on, now we can come in. And what I did was I kind of paired a big one and a small one. So I'm gonna do like 2 here, 2 here, 2 here, 2 here. So I'm kind of going around this sentiment, and then I'll do a bigger one. Ugh. A bigger one and a smaller one. I know. Oops. I kind of feel like I didn't do a big enough puddle of adhesive, but it is very sticky once it sets up. And I'm going to use some of these really teeny tiny ones. It does, the Creative Memories Precision Point Adhesive starts blue. It's like a light blue so that you can see where it is. And then it dries clear. Oh, poor Lily. She just wants me to sit on the couch and pet her. And console her. And then I'm going to go 3 more around here, and then we will call it a day. All right. And then I've got some extra gems. So if I want to go back to some other cards and add them to that, that is our last card. You have the most wonderful day. I hope you all had a wonderful day. Let's pull out all of our cards. So we've got our Brussels sprout and a couple sentiments. So you definitely have enough that you can add to a scrapbook page or make another card, some bonus cards. And all right. I can get them all to fit in here. That would be good. All right. We did it. Ooh, I went a little long. It's all those gems. Usually we're out of here like right on time at 8. So I apologize that I kept you over. Those of you that watch every month know that usually we're out of here at 7:55 or 8 on the dot. So tonight we went a little long. Thanks for hanging in there. And it's time to do our drawing. So hopefully, if your name is in there, then you are still on. We've got, let me go ahead and share that screen. All right, and see who our lucky winner is. So this is for 10 CM credits, and since you're already getting free shipping right now at creativememories.com, then that will just come right off your order. Anita, congratulations. I bet you need some adhesive. Are you still on? Anita, let us know if you're still on, and then you can let me know. We'll wait. Yay! Congratulations, Anita. Thank you so much for being on here and watching. And thanks to everybody who watched either live or if you're watching the replay to put your cards together. Hey, thanks for joining me. I appreciate your supporting my business. And I look forward to seeing you all in person soon. Don't forget, we have a Scrappy Happy Hour this Thursday night. So in 2 nights, it's a bonus night, right? Because it's February 29th and we only get those every 4 years. So how are you going to spend your bonus day? You can come hang out with us at Scrappy Happy Hour and make 3 cards. They're the Creative Memories ones. They're not mine. They're not my designs, but they're the Creative Memories ones. There's 4 different sets to choose from, or you can make a 2-page scrapbook layout and have some yummy snacks, have a glass of wine, have a glass of beer, have some sparkling water, have whatever interests you, and we will have a good time together on Thursday night. And then don't forget, I'll see you back here next Tuesday night for Project Recipe. Don't forget to sign up for that so you get the PDF. You can print it out this weekend and get yourself all ready. All right, until I see you all again, stay scrappy, my friends. Good night.